Direct from the Six, world-renowned, Canada's largest city, with Canada's biggest thinkers, visionaries, and hustlers. This is Startup Talk, featuring the founders, funders, innovators, and community leaders who've led Canada's startup ecosystem right here in Toronto. You'll hear the challenges, the failures, the successes. Toronto's Startup Podcast gives you the full story direct from the entrepreneurs and influencers who've made a difference. Now, the host of Startup Talk, the founder of TorontoStarts, the Startup Coach.
So when it comes to fundraising, whether it's equity or private capital, are there particular industries in Canada that are more heavily regulated than others?
When capital raising, all different companies are going to be regulated automatically, just as a private entity that is capital raising. However, if you are raising capital for a business, but your business is managing other people's money, then there's a whole bunch of additional work that you would have to go through to get regulated before you can do that. So, for example, if I wanted to start a business where what I'm going to do, Craig, is the money is still yours. You're not investing in my thing. You're not buying into my fund and then my fund is managing your money. You're just giving me your money. The money still belongs to Craig, but I'm choosing where it goes. To run a business like that, there's a bunch of regulatory requirements that you have to meet and licenses that you have to have. But in addition to that, for any other industry, whether it's, biotech or even sort of cybersecurity or something like that, there's a lot of different industries that are going to have some form of regulation sort of built into that industry in the first place. And so as an investor, you should always be looking to see, okay, for example, this startup is saying that they're creating a new real estate buying and selling platform. Do they have the right real estate licenses to allow people to buy and sell real estate on their platform? There's always going to be different regulatory frameworks for each underlying industry that you want to make sure the company is aware of, but also either meeting or in the process of meeting before investing. Because regulatory risk is certainly a sizable risk that investors will face. On the company side, you want to make sure you're taking the time to understand the industry you're operating in. Sometimes you have a really great idea, and the reason why no one's done it is because the regulation makes it not possible. Or on the flip side, understanding the regulation could highlight an opening or a new potential opportunity for a new business in that industry because regulation has created this niche that you can operate in. So taking the time to understand your underlying regulatory framework for each industry is, I think, very important.
So I want to say thank you, Alex, for taking the time. You want to tell us again what you and Equivesto do and what are all the resources over there that Equivesto people should go check out?
Yeah, absolutely. So Equivesto is an exempt market dealer and an online investment portal for Canadian small businesses, startups, private funds looking to raise capital from Canadian resident investors. So if you are looking to do an angel round and you want a place where somebody's done a bit of due diligence into you already, they've helped you structure your whole round, plan out the valuation, got all the right legal documents, and they provide a digital location for you to actually go ahead and transact, certainly come check out what we're doing at equivesto.com. We also have a really robust learning center. So a ton of what we talked about here already is in our learning center. We also have a bunch of courses for free in our learning center on investor readiness. What are investors looking for from you? All this sort of information is there. It's totally free. A lot of it is webinars that we created with Craig. So feel free to go and consume some of that information. We want to try to help make capital raising easier and more rewarding for all Canadian companies.
This has been Startup Talk, Toronto's startup podcast. For more exclusive content, the episode vault, and to be part of TorontoStarts community, visit TorontoStarts.com. Get your name on the newsletter mailing list and check out our upcoming events. For more episodes, subscribe now. And please recognize the time and work behind the scenes put into connecting you with the biggest visionaries, entrepreneurs, and innovators in Toronto by leaving a 5-star review. Join us for more next episode from Toronto's most active entrepreneur and startup community on Startup Talk.